Hi, I'm Brittany Wilmore and welcome to Is It Art Yet? For the next 30 minutes, consider this set the classroom and the show a lesson taught by an instructor in fine arts. Today, it's all about dance, and there are definitely different types, from the tango and the waltz to jazz and modern. And if you come to HCC, there's a good chance you can learn a lot of those. And if you go to classes at HCC Spring Branch, you might end up in the studio with my guest. Please welcome Shani Sterling, Professor of Dance, and also one of her students, Lauren Turner. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. So you have an extensive background in dance, and before we get into all that you do, can you talk about it?
Okay, well, I'm actually from Houston, and I actually came to HCC. I was a student here as well, and I took dance courses here, and I received my bachelor's from Lamar University, and then MFA degree in dance from Florida State, and I also did a Fulbright, and I studied West African dance in Ghana, West Africa.
Wow. So then, when did you come to HCC?
I came to HCC immediately after coming back from Africa. So I was ripe with a lot of experiences that I wanted to share with the community. And what better way to do that than at a community college?
What types of dance do you teach here?
Actually, I teach ballet because I've also studied at Houston Ballet and the Performing and Visual Arts High School here. So I teach ballet, modern. I've taught jazz, dance composition, dance appreciation, African American dance, and the performance ensemble as well.
Well, speaking of the ensemble, we have one of the students here
Yes.
who is a part of it. We'll meet the other one later.
Yes.
But first, this is Lauren. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got involved with dance?
I have been dancing since I was 4, and so that's 20 years now. And I came to HCC, and I took ballet, and then I wound up in African class with Miss Shani, and that's when she told me about the performing ensemble and told me how I should do it. And so I tried out, and I've been in it for 4 years now. Wow. Yeah.
So what has your experience been like? If I'm interested in the dance ensemble, can you give us an idea of what it will be like to be a part of that?
Extremely fun. We get to work with a lot of different choreographers. I worked with people from Planet Funk, Sunkissed, and it's amazing. I love it.
So how can students get into the ensemble? What do they need to do?
We have an audition every semester, usually the last week of the semester. But we also accept students if they're not able to attend the audition and they contact me, we can schedule a private audition. And sometimes students send me videos of them dancing as well.
Oh, wow. So it's kind of like a YouTube submission
Yes.
or something like that?
Yes.
What do you look for?
Well, we look for dancers that have previous technique because the dance ensemble moves very quickly. We invite in professional guest choreographers from the Houston community, and they have to be able to learn choreography very quickly. And they also have an assignment where they choreograph their own solos. So they have to have some background in dance in order to be able to do that.
Okay, and Lauren, what kinds of opportunities have you had to perform?
Had a lot of opportunities to perform. I've done my solos, and we've been part of the group routines, and I've also been able to be in the theater program too, and do dancing. So it's opened a lot of doors for me.
Well, what is your goal when it comes to dance?
I would love to be in music videos, and I like to also audition into being some companies, but music videos is what I want to be in.
So Shani, what can students expect from the dance program at HCC? It sounds like it's very hands-on. You're not just going to sit there and learn theory, is that correct?
No, definitely. We have 2 lecture classes actually where the students will sit and learn, but the rest of the classes are and even in the lecture classes we encourage our students to move so that they can apply what they learn to the movement. So they can expect to sweat, to learn a great deal about the history of the technique as well. And we also do workshops. We have our annual Awkwaaba Dance and Drum Festival where we bring in a lot of guest artists from Africa. And we have this wonderful opportunity of the dance ensemble. So we try and provide opportunities for the students who are interested in dance at the community college level. So, yeah.
Well, we're getting ready to see Lauren perform. Can you give me some background about the solo? And is this one of the ones that you choreographed yourself?
Yes, I choreographed it myself. I wanted it to be about an escaped mental patient. And because I like to choreograph showing the uglier side of dance as opposed to all the pretty that you see. I like to show something different so people know there's other styles out there that you can do.
Okay, what was your inspiration for that?
It was just something, a story I came up with to be an escaped person from a mental institution, and I just ran with it.
All right, and what's the name of the song that we're going to hear you perform to?
The song is, I titled it Outside the Walls, and it's Slender Man. Yes.
All right, well, let's get ready to see you.
gotta know what you want, make a plan and go get it, because the sky's the limit, so you should dream it and live it. I won't let nothing come and stand in my way. Nothing come and stand in my way. Tomorrow's never promised, so I want it today.
HCC. Go get it. It's yours.
Welcome back to Is It Art Yet? Today's topic is dance, but we aren't just talking about it, we're doing it. Well, I'm not, but the students that are here today are. I'm just sitting here and admiring the talent and the skill. And we just saw a performance from Lauren. Now we've swapped out. We have another student with us. This is Stephanie Alexander. So Stephanie, tell us about yourself.
Well, I've been dancing since freshman year of high school. I started and I sing, so I started singing with the choir, and then they had like a performance and they needed a choreographer, and I was playing around with dances and stuff, and they were like, well, why don't you just go ahead and finish the dance? And I was like, sure. So I started there, and then went into praise dancing in church, and then after graduating, I wanted to pursue dance even more because I fell in love with it, with praise dancing and with school. And then I went to HCC, and then I noticed that they had dance there, and then that's how I met Miss Shani, and I fell in love with the dance program at Spring Branch. So.
Well, you said you sing, so I should have put you on the spot and had you do both, and then we have several performances, but I'm not going to do that to you, at least not yet. So can you both, as dancers, talk about the training that's involved with different types of dance and just the preparation that you need to have to do it?
Well, training and stretching and making sure that you take care of your body. Each style is different, and so each style brings its own training, its own technique. So never think that you can go into a classroom and just like, you know, I have, because everything I learned even today, that each dance style has their own technique. So, yeah.
Well, Shani, would you consider dancers athletes?
Oh, of course, most definitely. Dancers are athletes. Dancers train it very hard, extremely hard. Most of our students would take 1 or 2 classes, but in a dance company, the dancers may dance up to 7 or 8 hours a day, including classes and rehearsals. So you have to really take care of your entire body. Most dancers, they don't just dance, taking a technique class. They also do Pilates, yoga, gyrotonics, and also making sure you eat right and drink a lot of water. So yeah, most definitely dancers are athletes.
Well, the purpose of this show is to showcase the fine arts and kind of help us decide when is something art.
Yeah.
What is it about dance, in your opinion, that makes it an art form?
In my opinion, what makes dance an art form is the creative process. The process that you go through to create a dance. So in any artistic genre, whether it's drawing or dancing, you have to think about and analyze what you want to create. If you want to tell a story, or if you want to portray an emotion, then you have to think about that, and that requires a creative process. These students that are in the dance ensemble, they get to experience that because one of their assignments is to choreograph a solo. So they have to go through that process of deciding, how do I want to create? What do I want to create? It's like the dance studio or the stage is a blank canvas, and with their bodies is like the paint. So they have to create the masterpiece.
Well, we're actually about to see the masterpiece in a few minutes that Stephanie here has created. And that leads to my next question about choreography. How do you know when it's done? It's like a painter and the artwork, and I'm sure there's things you could always go back and do, but how do you know when that's it, you're happy with it?
I mean, when the music ends, I guess. You know, I think you feel it when you finish telling your story. Like if you are telling your story, or you're emoting your feelings, when you're done, and you're like, I'm done telling what I want the audience to know. So it's definitely every individual's idea of when they're done, own feeling when they're done. So.
And what do you want to do after you finished the dance program here at HCC?
I want to enter into the mainstream for a little bit, and to enter into another dance company and go through that, and just to experience all of that. I want to experience as much as possible, and then settle down and open up a studio and be able to teach and give people what I've been given. And then I also want to travel back to my country and give them also and open a studio there, and allow them to be able to express themselves in the dance studio and doing all those artistic things. And then if possible, to be able to travel from from Haiti to Houston and do all that stuff. So dual, those kind of things.
And
So-
Haiti is where you're from?
Yes.
So you want to give back there. Well, that's
Yes,
great.
definitely.
What does dance do for you guys? I mean, as dancers, why is this something that's important to you?
For myself, I've always known since I was a very young child that I wanted to dance. Dance for me is physical, it's mental, and it's emotional. So I'm fulfilling something in myself physically. Some people need to run, some people need to ride a bike. I need to dance. I have to dance. And also psychologically, just like with any other form of exercise, when you dance, you release endorphins into your body, and it helps you to be calm, helps you to relax. It's a way to get out frustrations, express joy. I was listening to what Stephanie said about knowing when a choreographic piece is finished. And just to add to that, I always feel that it's finished when I feel that I'm done telling the story, technically, physically, and emotionally. So that's what dance does for me.
Well, Stephanie, you are about to perform for us. Can you talk about a little bit about the solo that you've prepared?
Well, I wanted to tap into my culture and even my ancestry, which is back in Africa. And so I combined a little bit of jazz with African movements and was able to create Afro jazz.
Okay, great. And what's the song that we're going to hear you perform
The song is Afro Celt Sound System, and the name of the song is Riding the Waves.
to? Okay, great.
Yeah.
HCC. Go get it. It's yours.
Besides being a good way to get some exercise, dance can also expose you to learning more about other cultures. HCC Spring Branch recently held the Awkwaaba Dance Festival to do just that. And I know that you played a huge role in that, as you mentioned a little bit earlier in the creation of it. Give us some background on how it got started.
Well, the Awkwaaba Festival started in 2007, and we started very simple with just a dance class, a drum class, and a performance. And each year we've tried to grow and expand. And I really just wanted to share with the community college students and the community everything I experienced when I was in Africa. So it's been an amazing experience. We've been able to get a grant recently from the Houston Arts Alliance, and we receive a lot of support from HCC also, Student Life, and then the Fine Arts Department as well.
And these two ladies also participated. So can you each tell me about your experience doing the African dance? Lauren, you want to start? Or either one of you.
It's been a lot of fun to be able to be a part of the Awkwaaba Festival. And we are able to take classes with the people who come in from Ghana and all that. And so we get to experience all the different styles, not just Miss Shani's African class, but theirs too, and it's a lot of fun.
Stephanie, what about you?
My first class, I believe, in HCC was Miss Shawnee's African dance class. And so to be able to grow and learn and experience and soak up everything that the people bring from Ghana. And this year we met people from the Congo and all other areas in Africa, and we learned about their culture, what each dance meant to them, if it's spiritual, if it's not, if it's fun, if it's for celebration. So we learned so much from there, and that's my favorite weekend of the year. I look forward to Awkwaaba every year. So.
Oh no, that's great. Lauren, as a student yourself, how do you think events like this really connect students to other cultures?
I think it's helps them a lot to get, because all that experience and you don't get that every day. So to be able to have this weekend to come and take the different classes, like one year I did capoeira.
Yes.
Never would have taken that before, and it was a lot of fun. So able to, even if you don't take dance classes there, if you're a student and you come in, it's great for them to experience that.
Well, Shani, what does Awkwaaba mean?
Awkwaaba means welcome in the Akan language from Ghana, West Africa.
And I had the opportunity to sit in, I guess, on one of the classes. I didn't get involved, but I remember it was packed. It also got really hot because there was just so much movement and the drums and the dancing. But can you talk about, I guess, just some of the traditions that happen within African dance, like going over, and I noticed some of the dancers would pat the floor in front of the drummer. So can you talk about some of the traditions that are involved with that?
Yes, of course. Of course, when the teachers come, and this year we had teachers from Cote d'Ivoire, from Guinea, from Ghana, and from the Congo. We've also had teachers from Senegal as well. They each bring their culture. And what I want the students to know is that there's so many different cultures within Africa. So each country may do something a little different, but within African dance, there are some general cultural things that we do. And one of them is, at the end of class, we want to acknowledge the drummers, because we may have 5 or 6 drummers. And so we each go by and just say thank you to the drummers, and just a sign of appreciation that we appreciate them.
What types of African dance are there? Are there different types for certain events or ceremonies?
Yes, there's spiritual, there's also, say for example, if a young lady is coming out in her community to just signify that she's a young woman, there's certain dances that are done at funerals only. There's also dances just for celebration or for harvest. And when each teacher comes, they tell us each story that's associated with the dance.
What kind of feedback did you get on the festival this year?
We received amazing feedback from the students. We worked really hard to make these classes available to them, and they're free to the students. The students at HCC don't have to pay anything. The students, they were really loving it. We've had people travel from Austin, from Atlanta to come and take the classes. And I have students calling me at the beginning of February that are not even students at HCC anymore, saying, when is the festival? So that they can plan it.
Well, Lauren, this is something that I asked Shani a little bit earlier. we've been talking so much about dance. What does it mean to you to be able to do this?
Dance just means I just love it to do it, and it's just something that I've loved to do since I was 4, a little kid, and it's just a great way to express yourself and a stress reliever as well, and it's just I just love it so much.
And Stephanie, what about you?
It's everything to me too. I mean, dance can get you through the tough times. It gets you through the happy moments. I know that when I come to the studio on Fridays, I leave my burdens at the door, and I come in and I'm just happy and free, and so yeah, it's everything.
Wonderful.
It's everything.
Well, there are some upcoming opportunities to watch you guys dance again. Can you talk about some of the events that are coming up?
We have 2 performances coming up. April 25th and 26th is a Taste of Dance, and that will be HCC Northwest Dance Ensemble. They'll be performing what the guest artists have set on them. And then we also have our final show, which is All Things Dance, and that's all of our dance classes, the ballet, modern, jazz, African American. All of the classes will be performing just a showing of what they've been working on the entire semester, and that's May 9th, and that's at 7 p.m.
Okay, and all of those again are at the HCC Performing Arts Center at the Spring
Yes.
Branch campus. And if people want more information about the dance program in general, you can see it there, Northwest College, HCC Spring Branch. That's your phone number, 713-718-5305. So they can call,
Contact
talk
me.
to you directly, and email you as well.
Yes, yes.
So is dance something that's open to everyone there at HCC, at all skill levels? Anyone can be a part of it?
Yes, most definitely. I believe dance is accessible to everyone, from my 2-year-old daughter to my 78-year-old previous student that I had. It's available to everyone.
You said 78?
Yes.
Wow.
78.
So literally everyone, all age
Yes,
ranges
I
can
don't
be a part
limit
of this.
anyone for any reason.
Well, we have one more performance
Yes.
from you ladies. Lauren, tell me what we're about to see here.
This piece is Oh Freedom. We performed at the Awkwaaba Festival with 14 other dancers from the ensemble, but we will just be showing a little excerpt of that, and it's a lot of fun.
All right, well, we're going to end the show with another performance, and if you want to see more from these ladies, of course, you have the dates. You can head to HCC Spring Branch, contact Shani, and learn more about the dance program and see them again. And we'll see you next time on Is It Art Yet?
Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom over me. And before I'll be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom over me. Over me. And before I be a slave, I'll be buried in my own grave and go home to my Lord and be free. No more weeping, don't you know? No more weeping.